Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Beauty Tarot by Kachu again with another video. I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and donating to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support. And thank you for those of you who've been booking readings with me. It is truly appreciated, okay? So guys, your girl's Patreon channel is up and running. So if you would like to support your girl, you'll be able to find the link in the description box below. I do post 2 exclusive videos per week, so go check it out if you feel called to. Now, before we dive in, if you've been loving the energy here, I have created a collection of spiritual ebooks and printable workbooks to help you along your journey. From manifestation rituals to love journal prompts, these tools are designed to help you align, heal, and rise. You'll be able to find a link in the description box below or on my Patreon channel under the shop tab. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be about what assumptions people have about your life. So this is going to be a collective reading, so there are no piles, so just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So what assumptions people have about your life? What assumptions do people have about your life, my collective? What assumptions do people have about your life? What assumptions do people have about your life? What assumptions do people have about your life? What assumptions people have about your life? We have the Page of Cups. That your life is easy, sweet, because Page of Cups is like a sweet energy, innocent energy, okay? People assume that things come to you naturally, that you don't face any challenges or obstacles. And if you do, you always have, like, somebody always comes to your rescue. Like, life is easy for you. What assumptions people have about your life? Wow, we have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, like they feel like you're stress free, like everything is easy. Or some people, they may assume that um your life looks too easy, that you might be irresponsible, that you're not taking care of your business. So let's say, for instance, you are somebody who has an easy life, okay? And not in a sense where you don't experience any trouble, but you have a peaceful, like they're assuming that your life, like your peaceful life, is an easy life, but you had to work really hard to get there. So some of them, they may be assuming that you're irresponsible, okay? Oh, we have the Hierophant. The assumption that people have about your life is that, yeah, like everything is already mapped out for you, okay? Like you're following um a like completed trajectory for you with the Hierophant. Like your life is already mapped out, everything is already aligned, all you have to do is exist. Basically, this is what I'm getting here. They feel like your life is too easy. I keep getting that. What assumption people have about your life? Yeah, you see, with the Fool card, like you take leaps of faith, okay? Like you're like, also heard reckless. Some of them, they may assume that you live recklessly, like you do things on a whim, like you have no boundaries, or just things happen to you. Or like maybe some of you could be content creators, YouTubers, or maybe you have like a freelance job that allows you to travel, okay? Maybe you work from home. Some of you could be business owners. So your life looks easier to people that work 9 to 5s, and they're in a 9 to 5 that they don't like. Some people, they have 9 to 5s, but they love their job. So their life is peaceful. Some of you, you may even love your 9 to 5, but you have flexibility. You have, maybe you're financially literate, so you're really good with money. So because you're really good with money, You have this leverage when it comes to your finances. Like, you're the type of person, I feel like also people, like, the assumption that they have about your life is that, yeah, you live life on your own terms, but some people don't even know that you have money saved up. So let's say, for instance, you're caught up in a job where you don't like your boss. You don't have to stay there because you have finances, you have emergency funds, you have money stacked, you have investments, you have other source of income. So your main source of income, so your 9 to 5 is not like like let's say if you lose it today, you're not going to drown in debt because you already have a solid foundation. So you're doing really good financially. And some people, they may not know that about you, so they assume that you're reckless because you could quit a job, or maybe you did that, maybe you just quit a job like that without giving your 2 weeks notice because your boss was being disrespectful. And some people may be assuming that you're reckless, you don't plan for tomorrow, but you already are financially stable. You don't have the same worries as them. Yeah, there's ambiguity about you. They assume that your life, like, you do other things on the side to make money. There's a lot of ambiguity about you when it comes to what you do for a living. Yeah, some people, they assume that you're lucky, like things are handed to you, like you don't have to work as hard as they do to get what you have. Okay, but you're strategic. So yeah, 5 of cups. Like, yeah, they assume that you've never experienced any setbacks or disappointment in life. Like, your life is easy peasy. What assumption people have about your life? Yeah, we have the Page of Wands. They assume that your life is always fun and games. Like, you're not serious about life. You're always playing around with the Page of Wands. You're always having fun. It's like, well, why are you clocking people like that? Like, whoever these people are, like, they're clocking you too closely. We have the Seven of Wands. Some people assume that you may not have any restrictions with the Seven of Wands. Like, there's no boundaries. You're boundless. Like, you could do whatever you want. Life is too easy. Like, you don't have any responsibilities. Some of them, they assume that you're irresponsible because maybe you're always traveling. Some of you could always be traveling, okay, always having a good time, handling your business, okay. Like, I feel like some of you could be business owners as well as you working in 9 to 5. So like I said, you have multiple source of income. And people could be like, looking at you like, yo, how are you living like that? Like, what are you doing? Like, and they could be thinking that you're reckless with your money because they don't know how you're living. They don't know your financial situation. They assume that you're broke like them. Yeah, we have the High Priestess. Okay, there's more to you than meets the eyes with the High Priestess. Okay, what assumptions people have about you, about your life? So with the Six of Cups, this is like heartfelt energy. You may have people from your past still reminiscing about your life. Some people, what they assume about your life is that you had like a peaceful, something about your upbringing. You had like a very stable life. Even if you've gone through obstacles and challenges, it seems like to them that you had a stable life. Yeah, with the Ten of Wands, like, you're not really burdened by responsibilities. You're not really burdened by heaviness, delays, obstacles. Like, your life is easy flowing. Like, maybe that you come from wealth as well. What assumptions people have about your life? Just one card, please, Spirit. What assumptions people have about your life? Yeah, Ten of Wands. That you don't have that much burdens, or you don't have as much responsibility as they do, or it seems to them like, even if you do with the Ten of Wands, because it's here twice, so this tells me that you may have had to overcome obstacles and challenges. However, you make it look so seamless, you make it look so easy, so people assume that you don't really have problems like that. You don't really have problems like burdens like that. Everything is easy for you. Like, all of this burdens is going on other people. So what assumption people have? Yeah, we have the Magician. I don't know why I'm getting people magically think that your burdens are being lifted off of you. Like, you make your life look so easy. You have a lot of resources. People assume that about your life. You're like you're well connected with the Magician. This is what I'm getting here. You could be a Gemini or a Virgo, but I'm getting like you're well connected. People know you. Okay. And I forgot to say happy birthday to my Piscean. So if you're Pisces and it's your birthday today, happy birthday. Okay, almost forgot. I'm so sorry. Okay. So what assumptions people have about your life? We have the Three of Wands, forward movement. Yeah, people assume what the assumption that they have about your life is that your life has already been carved out for you with the Three of Wands. The path has already been cleared for you. There is no obstacles. Like you never had to endure hardship in your life. Everything was already paved out, mapped out for you. So you come from a good upbringing because we have the Hierophant. Okay, this is family, legacy, okay, structures. So this is what people assume about your life. This is the reason why you're so blessed. This is the reason why everything is working out for you. This is why you have so much abundance. This is the assumption that people have about your life, that you know your parents paved the way for you or your great grandparents paved the way for you. So you didn't really have to go through too many obstacles to get to where you're at today. Your life is super easy. Okay, you have everything planned in order for you. You're well connected, you're resourced. Okay, what assumption people have about your life? Wow, Three of Cups. Yeah, that you're happy, you're always happy. You have so many friends, you're well connected. Something about you being well connected, okay? A socialite, people believe that you are, they assume that you have friends in higher places, friends that open doors for you. So, like lawyers, doctors, okay, engineers, people that have like prestigious position in the community, or that you are highly respected within your community. This is what people assume about your life, and that you have a lot of friends, you have a lot of acquaintances with the Three of Cups. Okay, you're well connected. There's something about you being well connected that people assume about your life. Okay, like you're the plug or something. So what assumptions people have about your life? Wow, King of Pentacles. I'm telling you, financial stability, abundance, like you have a lucrative position, you're doing well. This is what I'm getting here. Holy, whoever these people are, they're upset. It's like I almost dropped the whole deck on the floor. So yeah, with the King of Pentacles, yeah, you're well versed, but you're financially stable, you're abundant. This is what people assume about your life, that you're self-made as well. Okay, like all of the riches that you've received, it's like they believe that you're self-made, but in a way where it was granted to you, like it was given to you by your family. Like the self-made energy is really like your family that helped you. Okay, they paved you, they shaped you, they gave you the proper resources in order to be successful, which could be the case for some of you. Like maybe you come from a very healthy home, two-parent household, and your parent was resourceful, like they were able to get you into an amazing college or university. You have an education, you have an amazing career, and you're able to build from the foundation that your parents created for you. This is what I'm getting here with the King of Pentacles. Okay, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it was easy. What assumptions people have about your life? Just one card, please, Spirit. We have the Page of Cups. Yeah, they feel like it was easy peasy with the Page of Cups. Again, guys, like, wow, they feel like you have it sweet. Your life is too sweet. Whoever these people are, they're like angry. They feel like it's unfair. What assumptions do people have about your life? What assumptions people have? Ooh, bounce. Bounce. Okay, with the Emperor. Wow. Okay, so people definitely assume that you have a prestigious position, about like your life, you're elevated. You have some sort of status here. This is what people assume about your life. Like you're someone important. With the Emperor, a boss, a leader, a pillar in your community. People respect you. What assumptions people have about your life? It could be true though. Like, you could definitely be a pillar. We have Temperance, Sagittarius energy, okay? They assume that you're a foreigner, and that could be people in your community. So let's say if you're from the Caribbeans, right? And people in the Caribbeans, like people from your specific island, they may see you and they may think that you're not from the island. They may think that you are a foreigner. So maybe sometimes you may have this experience where people talk crap about you in your language and you're like, yo, do you know, like, you're in your head, like, you're saying, like, I could understand everything you're saying, but you don't say anything. I feel like you may have had those experiences. But like, I'm also getting like well traveled because we have Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarius is like, the traveler, okay, the sage, also the wise one. So, but also Sagittarius, they love long distance traveling. So some of you could love to travel, or people assume that you're always traveling, you're always on the go. This is what they assume about your life, that you're like, you have a life of leisure. That's what they assume about your life, okay? That your life is too easy. There's something that's like the main energy, that your life is easy. That's what people assume about your life. Like they look at it, especially people that watch you on social media, that clock everything that you do. Okay, maybe you post a lot about your travels. Okay, maybe you post a lot about like your lifestyle. There's something about your lifestyle, your travels, your finances, that is something that people clock a lot. Maybe you post a lot of pictures of you at restaurants eating like fine dining and stuff like that, like exquisite dinners, filet mignon, this is what you're eating, you know what I mean, like, expensive food, and they be like all up in their feelings about that. Okay, what assumptions people have about your life? Wow, that you have options, that you're not limited. And that could be true, right? That could be true. Maybe you're not limited to specific options like they do. Maybe they have limited options, limited resources. They feel like you have the ability to expand with the Seven of Cups. You're not restricted. What assumptions people have about your life? What assumptions people have about your life? What? Six of Wands. That you're held in high honor. And that could be true because we also have the Emperor here. Yeah, people assume that you're held in high honor, like you are somebody who is prestigious, somebody who is a pillar in the community. And the pillar in the community, obviously, they're held in high honor, right? So I'm getting that energy. People assume that you have notoriety. This is what I'm getting here with the Six of Wands, okay? What assumptions people have about your life? Wow, we have the Death card, Scorpio energy, powerful energy. You could be a Scorpio, Sagittarius cusper. You could be an Aries, Pisces cusper as well, okay? Or an Aries, Taurus cusper. Yeah, very powerful energy. People assume that you've gone through major transformation in your life, major upgrades, and it's always for the best. But some of you, maybe those transformations were painful. Those endings were painful. It was like emotionally heavy for you, for some of you. But people don't see that. They just see the byproduct. Okay. So, what assumptions people have about your life? Just one card, please, Spirit. Wow, we have the Sun, success, that you lead a successful life. You may be a fire sign because we have all the fire signs here. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah, that you lead a successful life, that you are abundant with the Sun card. You're well liked. These two cards are notoriety, okay? Public success, public recognition. Six of Wands and the Sun card. How you're being perceived, okay? Like the perception that people have of you, the way that your energy is being felt by other people, how your presence is being received by other people. The Sun is success, abundance, visibility, okay? Public recognition. That's what the Six of Wands and the Sun, they have similar energies because Six of Wands is Leo energy. Okay. So that's all I have for the collective. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.